audits. That's another important part of a law firm, especially mid-sized law firms, having the need to review and stay up to date with different key reports. So how does QuickBooks Online and Lean Law help out from a reporting perspective?
Yeah, exactly. So obviously, for most law firms, their reporting is kind of basic in some ways, because what they're focusing on is the basics of the business, which is primarily get the bills out and get them paid. And that requires reports like work in progress, billed and collected, and some variations on these. So, I'll show you what, QuickBooks has a really nice WIP billed and collected report that a lot of our clients use. Let me show you what's on the Lean Law side of the reporting to start. And we divide our reports. We have standard reports, which you see on this page. Then we have recently created advanced reports for some of the things that need a little tweaking on an individual basis, and then custom reports. So let's talk about these standard reports. So more or less everything that you see on this page is about either work in progress, what's billed and what's collected, and we do it, and how you slice and dice those things. So if we want to see WIP billed and collected by client and matter, we just open up this report. And this is, and in a mid-sized firm, these can get pretty complicated. So it's nice to have that here. And another thing, just a couple of things to keep your eyes on regarding these reports. One is, historically, and I think still in a lot of cases, true in my law firm, that the reports are static. So they're generated once a month, they're turned into a PDF, and that's where they sit. They're also a report, since it's static, is not going to allow you to drill in like you can here and just see, okay, whose WIP is that? But here we've got, this is both available in real time and with that drill down capability in every field. And so that's one report like that. You can get the same thing by user, but with all users, you can get it by who's the responsible attorney, when it's like, okay, I gotta look at my bills and see which ones need to go out, which ones have collection issues, sometimes by practice area. You also can get a trust report, so you can see everything that's happening in your trust account in real time. Again, all of this data comes from QuickBooks, so QuickBooks is the source of truth for this, but this gives you that live report and ability to look at all of this in real time, and also to look at checks and deposits, everything related to that. So that's a high-level overview of our standard reports. The second, let's go over to QuickBooks here for a second to look at the QuickBooks reports, because from a basic business standpoint, nobody does these reports better than QuickBooks Online. So if you need a balance sheet, for example, or a profit and loss, let's look at the profit and loss. That's automatically generated by QuickBooks. Okay, this is the current year to date, but if I wanted to see last year, I can just do that, and let's do it by month. We can just run that report, and you've got a month-by-month P&L for the prior year right out of the box. And so if we go back to the report list, so those sort of core business reports, profit loss, balance sheet, cash flow, QuickBooks does a great job with those. And And then lien law supplements that with the more esoteric and specialized stuff that you need for law firms. So just quickly, what we, that there are law firms, I meant to say that all of those QuickBooks reports are also live and dynamic, just like the ones in lien law. So the data is always available to you there. We just very quickly on advanced reports. So if you wanted full expense reports, or let's say invoice details, let's click on that one. These reports offer more visualization and allow you to also see detail. This is customizable, how you set this up, what you so you can have a look like that for those sorts of things. Then we have custom reports. Every law firm, as I said, if there are 4 ways to do things, law firm's going to want a 5th choice. So that's what custom reports are for. So we've got a few examples here. If we wanted to look at our fixed fees, we can set that up so that we've got the practice area look, the invoiced amount. Here's a pivot table with the people and the time of the fixed fees. That is highly configurable and based on a third-party partner that we use to create those. So there's a lot of power in here to slice and dice the data in different ways, and also the ability to bring in outside data sets that aren't strictly QuickBooks or lien law.